Hi there, good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster, and my name is Murph. I am the host of this show. So, we're doing a new show. Well, it's not actually a new show, I think this is my second one, which I'm going to do every third Saturday of the month. And this is called Saturday in the Park. It's a live show. So, basically, we're talking about live albums. And today we're going to be featuring this album, Gentle Giant, Playing the Fool. This is a collection of live recordings from different venues throughout Europe during their European tour back in 1976, I believe. Really, really strong album. I'm going to predict right now that this will eventually be my favorite progressive rock live album. Now, I do have quite a few progressive rock live albums that I like, but I think this one is, to me, the top of the shelf. So, anyways, let's talk a little bit about, I'll give you the vitals first. So, this was recorded on between September and October of 1976 at various venues on the European tour. It was released on January the 18th, 1977. So tomorrow it will be 49 years old, this album. A long time ago. Yep. It's about 78 minutes or so in length. It's on the Chrysalis label here in the UK and on Capitol Records in the United States. Mixed at Advision Studios in London. The engineer was Paul Norfield, and the producer of this album was the Gentle Giant members themselves. So featured in this are Gentle Giant, five-member band, featuring Derek Shulman on vocals, alto sax, descant recorder, bass and percussion. His brother Ray Shulman on bass, violin, acoustic guitar, descant recorder, trumpet, vocals, and percussion. All the members of this band, in case I haven't mentioned it yet, are all multi-instrumentalists. Kerry Minnear on all keyboards, cello, vibes, or vibrosizers, tenor recorder, vocals and percussion. Gary Green on electric and acoustic and 12-string guitars, as well as alto and descant recorder, vocals and percussion as well. And then you got John Weathers on drums, percussion, vibes, tambourine, and vocals as well. So a lot of multi-instrumentalists switching around quite a bit. Really quite a strong album, I have to admit, that I have grown to actually be like almost addicted to listening to this album now. So there are a total of 11 tracks on here from various albums that they had throughout their career. This is a really complex, multi-layered instrumental album with some fantastic lead vocals as well as multi-harmonied vocals as well. Just some absolute killer stuff. This album is shows that this band is as good as any of the bands that progressive rock put out there. The ELPs, the Yeses, the Pink Floyds, the Genesis, and Rushes of the world. This band is as good instrumentally as any of them and has a vast talent for harmonizing vocals as well. Their intricate and complex arrangements are amazing. And there's just the only thing that they didn't achieve that those other bands I mentioned did is they didn't have the commercial success. And they actually started out with the idea that they were not even going to attempt to do that. They wanted to do something completely different. And to me, they've become an absolute beloved band. So anyways, I'm going to talk a little bit about the songs, break down some of the songs here. So it starts, the album opens up with a song called Just the Same. It comes off of their Freehand album. This was recorded in Dusseldorf, Germany. It's a musical instrumental barrage is the best way to call this song the way it is. Up-tempoed, finger snapping, lots of keyboard parts. The vocals are strong in the mid-range sound, very distinctive. Lots of complex instrumental parts throughout the track. Very catchy up-tempo beat. Some heavy forward bass here as well. You've got the nice, great keyboard solo here. Heavy rhythm section supporting the keyboard solo. And then you got a nice heavy guitar riff as part of this track. So just an absolute great opening to an album. I gave it a 9. In fact, I gave everything on this album, with the exception of the one cover, no less than a 7.5. That's how good I think this album is. Next up is Proclamation, a little bit shorter of a track, it's about 5 minutes. Another heavy, upbeat, catchy track. Nice heavy drum parts, complex instrumentation, collaboration here, just fantastic. The vocals are forward, strong, dominant, husky, high, even catchy at points. You've got a nice, catchy rhythm section as well. And then there's this multi-vocal collaboration as well between them. Some nice sounds here. I think the guitar part is quite dominant at times, and it ends with a thug. It's a fantastic track. This is originally from Power and Glory, and they took the recording from Dusseldorf as well. The next one is also from Dusseldorf. This is if you were doing the album in its original form, which was vinyl, this would be side 1 of the album, and this last song would finish off that side. So you got a nice slow recorder domination here, a multi-recordable domination. So you got all of them playing different types of recorder, decanter, alto, tenor recorders, really good. Nice violin and chimes here, give it that kind of almost kind of mystical feel to it as well. The song is very folky and very classical and very medieval in sounds. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Another multi-vocal harmony, interactive vocal part as well. Complex arrangements, nice heavy instrumentation from the keys and the bass and the drum parts all congesting together to make this absolutely wonderful sound. Catchy up-tempo track for sure. Now we'll go on to the back side. So side 2 of the original version, which is vinyl, or the second side 2 of the first album. Sorry, getting all tangled up here. Starts out with excerpts from Octopus, which include The Boys in the Band, Reconnoiter, Troubadour, and then Acquiring the Taste, Knots, Organ Bridge, The Advert, Panurge. Sorry, I know I'm going to get that word mixed up. These are both from excerpts from Octopus and Acquiring the Taste. There's 2 studio albums. This was recorded in Paris. Very complex, multi-instrumental layers here. Lots of catchy, heavy opening. The harpsichord, I believe it's a harpsichord. It could be an electric piano, but I think it's a harpsichord. Part is complex, very good. Nice acoustic guitar, very frontal, very well driven. Heavy rhythm section, very good classical guitar bit in this song. It's a nice medieval part. You got this more vocal harmonies. Another organ dominated part with some nice synthesizers that are added in to the heavier part with the guitars, drums, and bass. And you got this nice vocal part. Sorry, I'm getting too dry. Nice vocal part that is loud and frontal, and it does crescendo. So it goes to a certain point and then it kind of drops off, and you get this kind of slow down church organ and then a bit of a more quieter vocal part. Then a pulsating rhythm section with multiple recorders playing here again. Really good, really well done medley of songs. just fantastic. And a lot of these songs I like quite a bit. They could have done them all individually. I would have been happy too, but they put them as a medley. I thought it was well put together. Next is one of my favorite Gentle Giant tracks. It's called Funny Ways. It finishes off of that side of the album. It's about 8 minutes or length. The other previous song, just in case I didn't mention, was almost 16 minutes in length. This has a nice, strong vocal part. Both the lead and the support vocals are good. Another acoustic guitar, give it almost a sad feeling to this track. The violins add to that somber mood as well. You got a nice, and then the song kind of explodes into this multitude of sounds and complexity, which they're known for. And then the vibraphone solo is just absolutely off the charts here. This comes from their debut album, and it was recorded in Munich for the album. Side 3, another 2 tracks here, Runaway and Experience combined, both from Glass House. This was recorded in Paris. Nice job. Starts out with a classic glass breaking part that you get off of the In Glass House, where it starts with a breaking glass and ends with a breaking glass. Just really catchy. It's a bit fast-paced, catchy, very up-tempo track overall. Nice complex instrumentation here. The vocals are a bit more subdued on this track. They're not as frontal. They're kind of back in the mix a little bit. The multi-vocal harmonies add a little bit more strength to that, but not a ton more. This is a complex beat with a nice up-tempo sound. Lots to hear here. Heavy bass part mixed in with the keys and guitar parts, really good. And the guitar solo is heavy and catchy as hell. Next track up is So Sincere. This comes from Power and the Glory. Was recorded in Paris. Vocals again are hard driving, mid-range type vocals. Heavy beat, lots of good drum parts here too. The guitar heavy. The solo is catchy. The multi-vocal part is really good. Keyboards driving the solo here, really good. Another complex, intricate song. I would call this almost tight. It's so intricate. It's very tight. Like there's no mistakes going on here anywhere. The guitar is dominant on this track. The keyboard part is among the very best on the album. A nice strong drum part, like a drum solo. I guess it's like a drum solo. Really good. I think it's pretty strong. And you got these little chimes that chime in at time too. It's kind of add a little bit of a softness to the particular track. I thought this was a really well done track as well. Now we flip to the final side of side 2, or side 4, I guess. Side 4 of album 2 is what I should be saying. You've got the song Freehand, which comes off of Freehand, was recorded in Brussels. Nice keyboard opening with some heavy bass. Another vibraphone part. Some pretty heavy keyboard parts on this particular track too. Catchy up-tempo track. Guitar solo is very up front and center, really strong. The vocal part is also strong and catchy as hell. Another multi-complex song, just absolutely great. I think it's fantastic. Again, done in Brussels. Next one is a little bitty Sweet Georgia Brown, the song Sweet Georgia Brown. It's just an instrumental part, just a real short, 1 minute, 15 seconds long, recorded in Brussels, just like a brief interlude, catchy up-tempo version of it's really good. And then they finish off with Peel the Paint and Lost in My Head, which are from Three Friends and the Interview album. This was also recorded in Paris. Yeah, heavy driving, vocal, instrumental track. Pretty standard for the entire album. Guitar part is off the charts here. The guitar solo is fantastic. All these guys are so talented. It's just unbelievable how good they are. So that's my take on this album, which is called Playing the Fool. It's a live album. Double live album, actually, by Gentle Giant. I highly recommend it. I can see this, like I said, I can see this ending up as my favorite all-time progressive rock live album. And I've got a few that are pretty high up, but I think this one is as good or better than them. It's hard to tell at this stage of the game because it's on my playlist and it's only been there a couple of months, but I suspect it's going to do very well in the long run. Anyways, that's my take on Gentle Giants Playing the Fool. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please hit the like and subscribe. Want to make any comments about this album if you've had a chance to listen to it? You can make those comments about it or Gentle Giant as a whole, or if you just want to talk about something related to them, but maybe not either one of them in particular, you can do that as well. And we will be back in 1 month to do another episode of Saturday in the Park. Sorry, I was going to say Playing the Fool. Saturday in the Park. So take care, have yourself a good one, and goodbye.